Hi Cancer, my name is Audrey Allison and this is your October forecast for 2014. I'm indoors today. Thanks for joining me. It's been raining and then not raining and raining again. And with the Mercury retrograde that's approaching that I can absolutely feel already with some technical difficulties, I'm not risking taking my MacBook Pro outside and letting it get rained on. Alright, let's get into October because as months go, this isn't the best kind of month for the planetary energy, but there are some things that are very interesting that we're going to discuss. The Mercury retrograde, we're having this through the majority of the month. That is ensconced between two eclipses of October, which is a very emotional place to be, especially for a water sign like yourself. Mercury retrogrades on October 4th at 2 degrees Scorpio, a sister water sign to you. This is your 5th house of children and romance. Cancer, I know you're the nurturer, and I know that you are an amazing parent, and most Cancers have children in life. Now, Mercury retrograding in this 5th house of kids sector, it's just not the best time to get information from the children. You're not really coming across as well as you probably could to your child, and vice versa. There's an exchange of information that might go missing between you and the kids this month. It's just a very, or in your romantic endeavors. It could apply in different ways. But if you do have children, having a Mercury retrograde in the sector, it's just not the best for having them understand what you're trying to say. The information doesn't come across very well. Now, Mercury does retrograde deeper though. He's not in the 5th house the entire transit, the entire retrograde. On the 10th, he retrogrades deeper into Libra. So this is your 4th house of home, which you can absolutely expect maintenance people to come through or delays on the prospects of a new home at that time. So Mercury's starting off in the 5th house with his retrograde. Then leads to the 8th of October. We have our full moon total eclipse where the sun is completely in opposition to the moon at 15 degrees Aries in another cardinal sign like you are, Cancer. So this cardinal total lunar eclipse is affecting your 10th house of career. Full moons bring things to an ending, and eclipses eclipse things out of the picture. For those of you who aren't happy in your current career, you could end it at this time. And honestly, with Uranus stationed in Aries as well, this could be an abrupt ending. It could be sudden, and you could finally say, I don't know why I wanted to say finally, but I'm probably channeling, you could finally say, I'm done with this. Now, those of you who aren't unhappy in your careers, it's not like you just quit if you're perfectly happy. This would apply more to those of you wanting transition. For those of you who are happy in the career, there's an awareness happening in the 10th house, in this sector. Something's coming to the light with the full moon here. And something could be eclipsed out in the work environment that isn't you leaving the job. It could be someone else leaves and you end up with more responsibility. Or there's a restructuring or a dismantling of the positions within the career itself. So something's changing here on the 8th. And eclipses energy last up to 6 months. So this is the initial stages of this transformation. On the 10th, Mercury retrogrades deeper into Libra in your 4th house of home, where you could find trouble or issues with appliances, electricians, plumbers, all that BS. It's rare whenever I have a retrograde of Mercury in the 4th, it's very rare that I don't need something that needs to be fixed, so you need to budget for that, be aware of that possibly happening. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Here's some comforting news. On October 23rd, the Sun and Venus enter Scorpio in this 5th house where Mercury initially retrograded. So you have the loving planet of Venus and the money planet Venus and the almighty God himself, the Sun, entering your sister sign Scorpio in your 5th house of children again. And creativity and romance. So you can be very inspired on a creative level. For those of you Cancers who write, who are writers, I don't know why I'm thinking certain careers over others, but you can trust. I've been in readings all morning. I've been channeling since 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. For Cancers that are writers, this is a beautiful time to receive information about ideas. Mercury retrograding wants you to go inward. It's not about taking action to implement these ideas. It's just about revising, analyzing, rewriting, editing, edit. It's about arranging the thoughts behind the scenes before taking action to implement them. So it's positive. You can get a lot done internally in a retrograde. Now, in addition to the Sun and Venus entering Scorpio on the 23rd, that day we also have our new moon partial solar eclipse at 0 degrees Scorpio in this same 5th house. Something starting, Cancer, you could become pregnant. Pregnancies could occur with the 5th house. If I pull the Empress in the Tarot, that'll really be fertility time. For those of you wanting children and who are trying, your energy looks successful towards the latter end of the month. With a partial eclipse, this is bringing new moon energy, the start of something new, a seed planted. Hey, a literal seed, you know, in the 5th house. For those Cancers who don't want children, you've got to protect yourself at the last week, for sure, of October. But there's, you know, if this isn't regarding children, it could be the seeds planted in a new creative endeavor, an idea. You know, everything starts in the mind. On the 25th of October, Mercury finally goes direct at 16 degrees Libra in your 4th house of home, where he's been causing some havoc. So now that he's direct, he doesn't officially clear his shadow until mid-November, but you can expect more smooth sailing in the last few days of October and definitely in November. On the 26th of October, Mars enters Capricorn. This is your 7th house of partnerships. Mars is giving you energy, passion, drive, and ambition, and aggression, and assertiveness in this 7th house. You want to watch your anger in your relationships, or watch your tone with your loved ones. For those of you who aren't in relationships, watch your business partnerships or the people that you're sharing your resources with or sharing your work with, having relationships with in the work. You could become, you know, your tone could be a little angry. That's the only downfall to Mars. He's a malefic planet with aggression and anger. But more than likely, this is a stimulation in the 7th house sector. For those of you in relationships, Mars is men. It means more action in the 7th house. For those of you who are looking for relationships, this is phenomenal energy to draw in. For those of you women looking for men and those of you men looking for men, this is it. The 26th, Mars stays in this sector all through November as well. He transits a sign every 60 days or so, 40 to 60 days. So you have this passion, even. Mars' passion in the 7th house. So your sex is on. For those of you in relationships, you might sweat a lot more in this passionate state in the 7th house. It's perfect. It's energizing. For those relationships that have been stagnant and just kind of like the hangman, not moving forward, expect them to move forward at the end of October and all through November. There's energy now in the relationship. There's energy to commit to the relationship too. If you're just dating and you might want to take your relationship to the next level, Mars will give you that push. Let's see what's up in the cards for the month. And as usual, if you'd like to read with me, I read all through the week. I'm a very busy gal, and I'm going to be very available coming November and December. My days are opening up in a very big transformative way, and I'll be much more available on YouTube as well. I'm making some beautiful changes in my life, and That's all I'll say for now. I'll have a huge message in my November scopes, though, so we'll look forward to them. But if you'd like to read with me, you can find me at audreyallison.com and on Facebook at Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. Here's what's up for Cancer. October. Okay, I have the goosebumps everywhere. I'm covered in chills. I almost want to cry. This is your card out of 78. You're the Chariot, and I just dropped them in 4 piles and picked the top card. I love the tarot, and I love astrology so much because to me it just makes complete sense. You're receiving information, okay? In this retrograde, you could hear from the past in this retrograde from someone from the past. It doesn't have to be a lover, but it could be. But the Chariot is the card of Cancer. And what this means is, oh, did I say earlier in this reading that I might pull the Chariot card because I feel like you're going to have car issues? Did I say that to you, or was that the other reading, the third house? Okay, either way, I think I just said this in the last reading. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being confused. I'll blame it on Mercury. But either way, you can have a car issue as well with Mercury retrograde. You might have to tune up the car, or something's off with the wheel of the car. And there's a lot of wheel action on this card. So check your tires, Cancer. The money tree, the 9 of coins, new health and prosperity, wealth and health. 7 of swords, dishonesty, amorality. We'll talk about this in a second. I want to see what all of the encompassing cards say. And the 4 of cups, stuck, not moving, similar to the Hangman. Okay, what's up? News is coming to you, okay? Other than the literal meaning of this, which is the vehicle or the car, the Chariot, there is information coming when Mercury goes direct, and I feel like it's regarding the home, the 4th house of home. And it's regarding the finances in this sector. The new moon is bringing in a new source of health, wealth, and prosperity as well to you. Now, you need this because you've felt stuck, okay? You need that money tree because it's taking you, Mars is taking you out of this stuck position too. Mars in the 7th. Mars in the 7th, and this is the 7 swords. Bear with me. For those of you who aren't being honest about the relationship that you're in, it's time to let it go. If you are, this is a card of being deceptive, but it's also deceptive to the self. So perhaps there's a few Cancers out there who are in a relationship. Mars going into the relationship sector could actually stimulate the direction in which your relationship, you really want your relationship to head. So for those of you, you need to be honest about the relationship you're in. This is also the fox with the sword in his mouth isn't saying something. He's biting down on this. He has something to say, and he's not. He's being kind of sneaky. Cancer, you're not the type to really have a lot of affairs or, you know, secretive, clandestine affairs. But if you are, this message is for you. It's time to cut the relationship that no longer serves you. Use a sword to do it. Don't hurt anybody, though. I'm not taking responsibility for that. Be honest. This is the card of being truthful with yourself and your significant other. And you know, it doesn't have to be honest and end the relationship either, but be honest about why this relationship isn't moving forward. That's for sure. And Mars is going to do that for you. So if you don't take the action to do it, he will. So I'm wishing you all the best, and I hope you have a beautiful month. My name is Audrey Allison, and I'll see you in November. Have a sweet day. Bye.